there, welcome to Let's Talk Skincare Home Remedies. In this edition, we're going to have a look at another hand scrub, and this hand scrub has oatmeal at its base, and this one is a purifying hand scrub. So let's have a look at our ingredients. So oatmeal is the basis for this hand scrub. Okay, so what I tend to do is I buy my oatmeal, organic oatmeal, as it comes like this. And then what I do is, depending on what I'm using it for, I will blitz it down in a blender, or I use a NutriBullet until I get a consistency like this if I'm looking for a scrub. So this is still a bit grainy. Okay. If I'm using it for a mask, then you'll see that this is the basis for quite a few of the masks that I use, because oatmeal has fantastic proteins in it, soothing properties, helps with oily skin, helps to nourish dry skin. So it can be very good at an all-round balancer depending on what you put in with it. So I buy them like this, as I said, so normal oatmeal, and then I use my NutriBullet or a blender to reduce it down to either a slightly grainier consistency, like this one, or like a powder consistency like this one, that you can then use for masks for the skin. And next thing we'll be looking at will be a mask using this one for both the hands and the face. That is nice and soothing for those hands that are particularly damaged after prolonged hand washing. Okay, so as I said, this is the one that I'm going to use today, which is the grainier consistency. Okay, and as I mentioned, it's going to be able to, the grainier consistency in this is going to mean that it will work as an abrasive, but not as rough as sugar would be on the skin, and it will then nourish because it's got those proteins in it and nutrients that really help to nourish the skin and make it feel nice and soft. Okay. Other ingredients then that we're going to use, I'm going to use some olive oil again. You can use any oil that you have, it doesn't have to be olive oil. This is extra virgin olive oil. Some honey. And again, I'm going to pop in a little bit of vitamin E. So last time I showed you how to use the capsules, this time I'm going to use the vitamin E oil. And again, there's a link down below to where to get this from. All right. So they are the main ingredients in terms of mixing. The other thing that I'm going to be using in this one is an essential oil. In fact, I'm going to be using 2 essential oils. I like both of these so these are purifying. So one is tea tree and the other is spearmint. Okay, I just like the spearmint because it gives a nice fragrance. Tea tree is a very good antiseptic oil, has healing properties, and is also antibacterial. So both of those are quite good. Now, when you're using essential oils, it's really important that you respect them. More is not always more with an essential oil. Essential oils are quite concentrated, and you shouldn't use more than sort of 3 to 4 drops in about every 5 ml of dilution that you're using. So just to be a little bit careful and a little bit cautious. Okay, so again, start off with a bowl. We're going to pop into the bowl 2 large dessert spoons of my oatmeal, 4 teaspoons of, that's about 20 mils of olive oil, teaspoon of my honey, and this time, as I said, I'm going to use the vitamin E oil, and I'm going to put about 6 to 8 drops in there. So vitamin E oil, and then just 2 drops of tea tree, and 1 drop of spearmint. I think actually that ended up being a little bit more of spearmint, so let's mix it up and see what it's like. I'm adding another 2 teaspoons of olive oil into this. Okay, so this has gotten to kind of the consistency that I wanted, so it's holding together a little bit. The fragrances that you're getting from this are absolutely fantastic. So again, to use it, we wet our hands thoroughly, take our scrub into the center. Now, this one can be a little bit trickier to work with, so make sure you've got plenty of water. You're going to work it into a bit of a paste in between your hands first of all, and then you're going to transfer it to the back of the hands as well. This one does get a little bit messy, kind of goes all over the place, but gently massage it in. You've got these beautiful fragrances of tea tree and spearmint. You mix in a little bit extra oil if you need to, depending on what your oats are like, because it will depend on how powder they are and how they absorb the liquid. So as you see, working this gently into your hands, you get this lovely, almost creamy consistency to it, and that's the proteins in the oats coming out, and they are really going to help to nourish the skin. Now what you can do if you want is you can stop at this point, so when you've got your hands sort of coated in the oil and that, and if you're going to sit down and watch a TV program, pop your hands into a plastic bag and sit down and let those work away. If you're not, if you want to go straight away, again, it's just rinse them off gently with nice warm water. I should say at this point as well that if you have got any allergies, or if your skin is particularly sensitive, then you may want to leave out the essential oils, or certainly patch test yourself to make sure you're not going to have a reaction to the essential oils. Particularly as some of the tea tree and spearmint can be quite strong. Just pat your hands nice and dry. And again, what you should be left with is sort of a residue of the oils and that lovely moisturising effect from the oatmeal. So that's our oatmeal, tea tree and spearmint hand scrub. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you like to try it out. If you do try it out, then please let us know. If you have any comments or suggestions, then please leave them in the comment section below, or drop us a line on the contact form on www.tkaesthetics.com. And I hope to see you either at our next Facebook Live or join us for our next home remedy.